last point, one of my last points about Inoue, and it's this right here. It's the fact that Naoya Inoue, it's really crazy for me to see this because I remember making videos about Inoue back in 2021, or not 2021, but 2016, I should say. I remember talking about Inoue 7-8 years ago, and people are like, "Who is this guy?" BT True School, you're a little weirdo. You're just hyping up this Japanese dude because you want to be different. But really and truthfully, I knew what I was looking at. I knew I was looking at a truly great fighter, even back then. And it's so insane to me to see that he's such a mainstream fan. He's so mainstream now that people everywhere. He's one of those guys now. Like if you talk about boxing, you have to mention his name. So in saying that, and make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe, super chat, all that good stuff. In saying all that, this blew my mind, guys. This absolutely blew my mind because, like I said, I was just in Japan last year. I was in Japan a year ago on this exact date. I was in Japan patrolling the streets of Tokyo and Osaka and Kyoto and Nagoya and Yokohama. I was all over the damn country, all right? And don't get it twisted. Inoue was a big deal there, but since I've been in Japan, he's had 3 fights, and his star power has grown exponentially, like leaps and bounds. And this really shocked me because it was reported by Yahoo Japan. Shout out to the fine folks at Yahoo Japan that and I'll highlight it for you guys right here. Naoya Inoue, his viewership on Amazon Prime, it surpassed the infamous World Baseball Classic final last year down here in Miami between Team USA and Team Japan. Which by the way, guys, in Japan, baseball is the national sport. Shohei Ohtani is like the biggest thing in Japan. I went to that game. I was here. I was in Miami. It was up the street. I went to that game, USA versus Japan. There were like 1/3 of the stadium was Japanese people. It was a big deal when Japan beat USA in the World Baseball Classic final. So I know how big it was there. Now look, let me highlight it and read it for you guys right here, because this is surprising to even me, because I know Inoue is a big deal, but this is like next level stuff. So it says right here, last year's WBC. Oh no, I'll start from here. Let me start from here. So it said right here, the match was exclusively streamed live on Amazon Prime Video as the 8th installment of Prime Video presents live boxing, and it recorded the highest peak viewership in the history of Prime Video in Japan. It was announced that the 2023 World Baseball Classic final between Japan and the United States has been surpassed. Last year, the WBC final saw the heated showdown between Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout rock the Japanese archipelago. It marked the highest peak viewership ever on Prime Video in Japan, which was surpassed by the Inoue Neri fight. So there you go. Naoya Inoue has gotten to a stage of superstardom, of star power, where now it's not even just about boxing, all right? Fuck boxing. It's not even just about boxing. It's not even just about being bigger than Canelo and AJ. He's on a whole nother planet. This dude is as big as Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani is like one of the most famous athletes in the world. He just signed like a $600 million contract with the Dodgers, right? That's the level he's on now. That's the stratosphere he's on now. So to anybody out there, and I understand, like, and then trust me, I want Inoue to come to the USA. I feel like Inoue should be fighting at Dodger Stadium. But when you're doing 43,000 at the Tokyo Dome, you're now putting up Shohei Ohtani, better numbers than Shohei Ohtani and Team Japan. Like, boxing is probably the second or third most popular sport in Japan. Baseball is the most popular sport in Japan, and then it's a toss-up between kickboxing or boxing for second, right? The fact that Inoue's viewership is bigger than the biggest Japanese star in the biggest Japanese sport, which is baseball, that tells you a lot about him. So don't take this lightly. Don't take this as, oh, well, that's over there. No. If it's over there, like if he's putting up those kind of numbers there like that, he has no reason to come here. Julian, he has no reason to come here. He's been here already twice, 2 or 3 times. So, that even shocked me. And then just to even look at it like this, look, this was reported as well on Twitter. tickets for Inoue and Neri sold for, and we're talking about so the lowest tickets for Inoue and Neri were $73, 11,000 yen, $73, 11,000 of those sold. No, 11,000 yen for $73. The highest ticket for Inoue was 220,000 yen, which translates to $1,500. So he's that's a strong, those are strong ticket prices. It's not the most expensive tickets ever, but those are still strong ticket prices. He definitely did a more than respectable gate out there. He's doing Shohei Ohtani numbers. He's knocking people out. He's got people in Japan excited. He's got people in America, USA excited. He's got people in Mexico excited. He's got people in the UK. I mean, come on, what's not to love, And that's what it is. And last but not least, the biggest and craziest thing about him being mainstream, quote unquote, is seeing guys like Ariel Helwani. I mean, Ariel Helwani, he's got 1.3 million followers on Twitter. He's a big known name. He is what you would call an establishment media personality. He's on Vox Media, Spotify, HBO, DAZN. I mean, he's all over the place. He's an he's about as establishment as you can get. And you guys know that he comes from the UFC and an MMA background. But guess what? Now DAZN's brought him into boxing. He's talking a lot more about boxing. And look, here's what he said. He said, and I quote, "I doubt it ever happens, but Inoue versus Tank at Dodger Stadium would be one of the coolest scenes in American boxing history." And he's not wrong. It would be if they actually came to an agreement and made the fight at somewhere like a Dodger Stadium. That fight would stop the planet. That fight would break every record known to man, because you'd have every demographic in the world tuning into that fight. Honestly, it'd be something special for the sport of boxing. But he caught a lot of flack for that, because everyone was like, "Oh well, in a way," even I kind of joked around about it. But when you got the mainstream guys talking about you now, that's when you're truly mainstream. You're truly now a box office top shelf star. I don't think Inoue and Tank are ever going to fight each other. I think it's a pipe dream. But as my dad told me many times as a young man, money talks and bullshit walks. So if the money's right and Inoue and Tank and their representatives find a way to make a fight happen, it will happen, because the money will be there. The money. They'll make money hand over fist in America, Japan, and everywhere else. So, Inoue is extremely, extremely mainstream, and it's kind of cool to follow. It's been cool to follow his growth and ascension as a star from damn near the beginning. So, those are pretty much all my points on Inoue in the aftermath of this fight. We'll kind of just freestyle it from here on out. It's that part of the live. But shout out to everybody here. Shout out to my guy. Hollow Ninja again with the super chat. He says, "Bud did the same with Jeff Horn. Horn was huge, True School. After Bud beat Horn, he made the 147 division scared. The politics hurt Bud's career. Terrence Crawford is going to stop Canelo." Well, look, the Jeff Horn one was a very good win. Jeff Horn gave Manny Pacquiao a very competitive fight, even though a lot of people thought he was robbed. I thought Manny Pacquiao beat him, but I'm saying he was competitive. Jeff Horn is not these guys. I'm sorry. But Jeff Horn is not as talented as the guys that are currently at featherweight. That's just what it is. I don't think Terrence Crawford ever beat a guy that you could say was bigger than him and was at least like an A- level fighter. And it's not his fault. It's not his fault. A lot of guys just didn't want to fight him when it was supposed to happen. But as far as him fighting Canelo, I think it winds up happening. I think Turkey Al-Sheikh gets the fight over the line, and that fight's the biggest money-making fight in the sport. I think that fight can do anywhere from 1.2 million pay-per-views to 2 million pay-per-views. It's a big box office fight, and I'd rather not see it, but I'm just one man. I think we're going to wind up seeing it. So we'll see how it goes. A lot of people are like you. A lot of people think Terrence Crawford will beat Canelo, so we'll see. Neri proved that the monster is not untouchable on the first round. No, he's not, but in a way, sure, he knows how to make adjustments. So I think that will be a really good. Him getting knocked out in the first round makes me even more intrigued about what's going to happen when he goes up to featherweight. True School Sports, we can lure Inoue to America by hosting a featherweight World Series in Vegas with no unified champ. The featherweight division is ripe for this tournament. Oh, that would be amazing. That's not going to happen because Fernando Lopez is defending his IBF title in Albuquerque, New Mexico, against Angelo Leo in August. So that's not happening. But in theory, if we could get it to happen, I would love that. Featherweight's an amazing division with a lot of talent. Why not? They need to hire you. Shohei walks Inoue out at Dodger Stadium. Yeah, imagine that. Like, imagine the scenes. Imagine the scenes if Inoue fought at Dodger Stadium and Shohei Ohtani walks out with him. I swear to God, it'll make the whole country of Japan stop. People who won't even watch boxing that like baseball know who Inoue is at that point, because that's the kind of star power Ohtani has in sports. Shout out to Howell